So, everyone, please welcome Jose Ucar.
How to improve your communication, speak with impact, is actually simpler than you think. And there you go, I made a couple of mistakes already with my pronunciation. But let me first of all, the thing that matters here, in terms of the context of this talk, what is impact? Impact is about leaving something behind that wasn't there before. Now, if I speak about impactful communication, makes sense, leaving something there that wasn't, leaving something behind that wasn't there before as a result of our communication, of your interaction with someone else. You may wonder, why do I want to speak about communication today? We are the result of our communication. Why do I want to speak about communication? When I look at surveys, I still find high numbers. 91% of people, employees, complaining about their leaders because they don't have enough essential communication skills. 86%, another survey. People complaining about communication, blaming collaboration for business failure. People, let me ask you right now, do you think you can improve your communication skills? Yes, I'm sure you can. Yes. Oh, okay, that was okay. Yes, I'm sure you can. Yes, I'll talk to you later. So can I. We can all improve our communication skills. So what's my solution for you? What's my idea? I want to talk about simplification. And simplification is to be free of unnecessary complexities. Now, before we talk about communication, think about life. Who wouldn't benefit from having a few less complexities in life as well? When it comes, put yourself in my shoes for a moment. Why do I like simplicity so much? I'm originally from Venezuela. I'm speaking to you English as a second language. If I don't find ways to simplify things, if I don't remove some of these complexities, bottom line, I wouldn't be here with you today. I made a couple of pronunciation mistakes at the beginning. Oh, that would have thrown me. Who else is supporting simplicity? I'm not the only one, not just Jose Ucar. I can quote Albert Einstein. You know, the simplest ideas are often the greatest. I'm paraphrasing Albert Einstein. Or Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Shakespeare. Brevity is the soul of wit. Who else can I use for this? Less is more. Miss Van der Rohe. And of course, simple is powerful. Jose Ucar. But this is important. I need to highlight this. Because when I speak about simplicity, I'm not talking about dumbing things down. Okay? When I speak about simplicity, I'm not speaking about lack of depth. When I'm speaking about simplicity, I speak, and I'll say it again, about sophistication. And sophistication within the context of communication is about really understanding how we behave, understanding how we communicate so that we can improve. That's why, by believing that we can all improve our communication, that's the best place to be. And at this point, if you were wondering what I was going to be doing with this, I'm going to be sharing my simpler method of communication. Because yes, as I said, it is simpler than you think. Are you ready for this? Yeah. Hey, I like you, audience, already. I like you. Right, so here we go. Simpler. I'm supposed to be back in the dot. The first one. This is probably the most important one. Just do this one. Well, you're supposed to do the whole thing. Slow down. Not just slowing down your speaking, slowing down your thinking. When we slow down, we can gauge the connection with another people. When we slow down, we can think, we can feel, we can act purposely. How about we slow down together? Yeah, Jose, let's do quick exercise. I call it the 1, 2, 3. Makes sense, 1, 2, 3 in Spanish. Just follow me for this breathing exercise. I want you to sit up straight, by the way. Sit up straight for a moment, change the state. Yeah, thank you. And I want you to go, inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold 1, 2, 3. Now, let's do this for a moment. Inhale, breathing through your belly, yeah, so you feel it inflates a little bit. We're going to do this together. Notice the difference. Slow down. Next one. I even feel a bit better now. Intention is the next one. Intention in communication. What do you want at the end of the communication process? How do you want the people you speak to feel, think, act? What do you want them to do as a result? Within the theme of today's talk, which is seek higher things, just by wanting to leave people better off after interacting with you, that's a great intention to have every time you go and speak to someone. Take that as a rule for your communication. Leave people better off. There are no neutral interactions. I'll move on to the M. Multi-lens. What does this mean, Jose? Multi-lens. I almost feel like dancing today. We see the world through lenses, yeah? Okay, great. These lenses that we choose, and I'm hoping that you choosing them purposefully, will determine, okay, your emotional reactions will determine your worldview. And on many occasions, we get stuck with the same lens. Let me give you some examples of these lenses. Life is difficult, it's so challenging. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can stay in there. Or, hey, you know what? I'll call this the problem-based lens and the solution-based lens. Oh, you know what? I mean, life is also full of opportunities. I'm so bad at communicating. Communication is so tough, it's difficult, it's hard, it's complex. Communication can be simplified. I have a problem with a person. Well, I have an opportunity to connect with another human being. I have an opportunity to improve my communication. I have an opportunity to try something new. I have an opportunity to connect at a deeper level. Your choice. You can stay here. I invite you to be there more often. Yeah? Multi-lens. It determines your emotional response, your worldview. If you don't like your worldview, start changing the lens. And you have a couple of options. Problem, solution. Come on, people. Preconceptions. That's the thing when you're left-handed, you know. There's no other way I can write without turning my back on you. Preconceived ideas. Expectations that are way too fixed are the lock to wisdom. Or you can say are the lock on the door to wisdom, to new ideas, to new opportunities, to new ways of engaging with people. When I was 16, I lived in Sweden for a year as an exchange student. Fantastic experience. The first few weeks, I struggled to connect. Why? Because the Swedes were cold in their demeanor. Yeah, and they wouldn't interact with me in the way I wanted, expecting what I was used to in Venezuela, where people, generally a bit warmer. Different. What's my point? My beliefs, my values, my expectations were limiting my ability to connect with people. Now, bring this to your day-to-day. How often are you so rigid with your expectations that person didn't communicate with me the way I wanted it, that person said something in this way? My invitation to you, be more open, be more flexible. Feedback in business, which I think is one of the most important communication tools we can use. I'm going to play with the lenses for a moment again. Oh, feedback is criticism. Feedback is an opportunity for development. It is. But now, okay, even if I'm seeing it like this, it's an opportunity for development. You come and deliver feedback to me. Oh, it just got delivered in a way that I think it was rude. I don't think that's me. We take it personal, all of this. The best feedback I've ever received is the one I hated the most, okay? And it's the one that got delivered in a way that made me feel bad. How would that person talk to me like that? Through being a bit malleable, as I like to call it, hey, I've managed to improve in loads of areas in my life. My invitation, be aware of them, be flexible, manage your expectations, be flexible. Whenever you feel in a certain way, remember this, be malleable. My wife doesn't like this move anyway. L, for language. People, mind the language. Language, in terms of simplification things, simplifying things. We have negative language, positive language. Language, think about it. Whenever you speak, it's creating a direct impact on the way you are being perceived. The way in which I'm speaking is creating a perception in your mind, whether you want it or not, about myself. So which language are you choosing? Are you choosing the one that limits you, or are you choosing the one that empowers you? Are you choosing the one that's holding you down, or are you choosing the one that helps you expand? I'll give you a very simple example. I'm very bad at public speaking. I love that one, by the way, because the first thing I ask is, hey, how often do you do it? Oh, not that often. I did it once and it didn't go well. Now, take that into your lives. How often do you get stuck in things like that? Not just the public speaking, just an example, okay? How we do one thing, we do many in life. Hey, you may not be great at public speaking. You may be really bad. That's fine. I still have got loads to improve, I know, but I'm not that great yet. Or I can improve. I can start doing it more often. Pick the language. Mind the language. The language you use with other people will also do the same. We'll either tear them down or build them up. Mind the language. Energy. Think of electricity. What is electricity? The flow of electrical power. Well, communication is the flow of human power. The flow of human energy. So are you bringing energy to your human interactions? Let's do something. Again, Jose, yes. I'm going to say something to you, people, and I want you to say it back to me in the same way. Ready? Hola. Hola. You all know this. Hello in Spanish. That's not the point of this. Hola? Hola. Hola. Okay, let's do one more. Hola. Now stand up and give a big hola to the person next to you. Come on, hola. Hola. Yeah, enough. You can sit down now. Well, that's what happens when I speak. People fall off their chairs and everything. I hope you're okay. Energy. Pay attention to how your physiology changes, how your facial expressions change, how the tone of your voice changes. I'm not saying that you go with these energy levels everywhere, okay? But adapt and be aware of it. Be purposeful with it. I don't want you to walk into a meeting next week. Everyone is quiet and they go, hola, because that's not going to work. I'm telling you. Finally, reflect. Reflect, and that's how you close the simpler method. 5 minutes of reflection a day, I don't think will keep the doctor away. I don't know, but I do know one thing. 5 minutes of reflection a day will help you communicate the right way. You can't tell I do like the rhymes every now and then. what have you achieved today in terms of your communication? What can you change? What worked? What didn't? What can you do differently? This is the room. This is the space for expansion, for growth. I've given you 7 strategies that you can begin to use, to implement straight away, to change the way in which you communicate, to be more impactful, to change your relationships. Yes, to improve your life. So remember, slow down, be intentional, change the lens, be aware of your preconceptions, your expectations, be malleable. Well, this was supposed, we all said together, be malleable. Come on, let's play. Be malleable, people, be malleable. Mind the language, bring energy to your human interactions, reflect. This is my view of simplifying communication. Simplifying communication to create greater impact. Leaving something behind that wasn't there before as a result of your communication. And you know what? That is a higher thing to seek. Thank you very much.